If you ask yourself how to manage to wake up well-rested, relaxed, and in a good mood, then you've come to the right place. I'm Liebscher Bracht, and here are 7 reasons why you should absolutely sleep on your back. The first reason is linked to the way we're built. We have a spine, and here it features a lordosis, that's the technical term for this curve, here a kyphosis, and another lordosis up here. And gravity works on this structure all day long. And when we stand, when we sit, our body tends to make these curves more pronounced. Round back, bad posture, nerd neck. All of these problems are also a result of gravity, and of course the fact that we don't try and stop and reverse this development. So we normally don't pay attention to the fact that with advancing years, these curves become more and more pronounced. But by lying on your back, if you do it correctly, balances out this tendency. First thing we do, we take away the pillow because nobody really needs it. Takes some getting used to this sleeping on your back. And as I always say, getting used to it takes about 2.5 weeks. You may experience sore muscles, having a hard time falling asleep. You feel uncomfortable because it's outside of your comfort zone. But all I can say is get used to it. It's really worth it because during the night, you can balance out what gravity does during the day. It becomes the counteracting factor because gravity pulls everything down, and that also means your cervical spine, your lumbar spine, and your legs. If your mattress is rather firm, then you have kind of a straight ruler on which your body can align itself. You don't have to do anything, just sleep. 6, 7, 8 hours. This is time that you could work on the increasingly pronounced curves that have developed during the day and reverse that. Reason number 2, you can avoid back pain. Ina is lying here in a very common position. I know that from asking my audiences at my lectures. I'd say ballpark number 70 to 80% of all those people said they sleep in this position. Why do they do that? Because we sit all day long. It's shortened everything here in the area of the hip flexors. That's why our body copies that bad position as the most comfortable one for your sleep. Now you see, Ina's in the side position, but it's more like sitting. Everything is short again. Your neck is extremely bent over. Yeah? Her back is rounded. All the things you should not do, it finds our way into our sleep. Sometimes on the left, sometimes on the right side. There are people actually who don't even turn in their sleep and stay on one side. And that causes back pain, neck pain, and many other forms of pain throughout your body. And that's why you shouldn't sleep in this position. Reason number 3, you can dissolve neck pain you might have. Most people, especially those at an advanced age, who try to lie on their backs, start with their heads being extremely bent over backwards. Why? Because their lumbar spines have already developed into a hyper-lordosis, and it's difficult to reverse that. But it will get better through time. Maybe add some neck exercises, cervical spine exercises to stretch everything open here. During the night, make sure you tuck your chin in towards your throat, and the more you could take and hold this position, the longer the muscles and fascia in the back are being stretched, and the more your neck pain will disappear. Reason number 4, getting rid of back pain. Where does it originate? Up to 90%, it comes from the hip flexor that's too short. Some people can only sleep on their backs if they slide something underneath their knees so they don't have to stretch out their legs, because there's already too much tension here. But that's exactly the trick. If you are among those who have back pain and can't bring their legs down to the floor, then roll up a towel, take a pillow, anything that supports your knees, the back of your knees. So if you rest on them, you feel a bit of tension in your hips, your groin, maybe your back, the lower back. And use the night to stretch this open. The more you can bring the back of your knees down, the less back problems you'll have. The link is quite obvious. For this, sleeping on your back is simply perfect. Now, reason number 5. the loss in height we experience when getting older. How does that happen? Well, it happens because those curves in your cervical spine, the one in your thoracic spine, and the curve in your lumbar spine become more pronounced. The moment this is balanced out, you'll regain height. So what you've lost over the span of your life, you could regain, basically, by lying on your back. Very simple, you just grow taller as you sleep. Reason number 6, which is closely connected to number 5. Because if you realign all this, the tensions along your spine will be dialed down. Because your vertebral discs are pushed together less. The pressing and releasing of the discs is a biological function. Because upon pressing, waste gets squeezed out, and upon releasing the pressure, the disc soaks up with, hopefully, nutritious fluid. Hopefully, because only if you eat healthy and clean food, the fluid that comes swirling around this area is of good quality. Now, if there's permanent tension and the discs are permanently pressed upon, that is not good. Apart from the fact that you're shrinking, they begin to starve and lack good nourishment. And the moment you expand them again, the entire routine can start again, the pressing and releasing, improving the overall situation, and you don't put permanent load and stress on your discs. And we've arrived at reason number 7, and the reason is better sleep. You wake up more alert, freer, in good shape, experience a better transition from night to day, and you'll see we have something for you. A challenge, a 7-day back challenge. Please click up there and you're taken to the right place. Have fun with it. Ina and I say goodbye.